Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody. You know what I forgot? It's hat night. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy 4th of July. It's Reverend Rob in a hat tonight. Yeah, so I got some new people in already. Yes, I'm this nuts. We have a good time. We're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to get this party started. We're going to get started off right. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the divine mother, that divine feminine, the angels, universe, everything that we consider God as the all, we say thank you. Resources that are around us that sometimes we don't see, resources that you're going to make available to us have always made available to us. Thank you. Make sure tonight, as we go through this, as the messages flow, I'm receiving your messages and not mine. So mote it be. Wow. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A July 4th edition of Tarot with an Attitude. I'm glad you're here. Man, I can't get my hat on straight. Let's see what happens. There we go. All right. So, no hat on Mondays. Well, I'm starting to wear hats. It doesn't matter. Anybody, no matter what I do. But welcome, everybody. Miss Cynthia, glad you are here. Andrew, excellent. Yes, I'll be glad to answer your question in just a minute. We are going to do a little housekeeping up front on this Friday evening, August 3rd, live in person off Cabot, doing personal readings. That's in Beverly, Massachusetts. All right. Make sure you get there. The link's down below. Everything's down below. Also, back per request, the donation link. You do not have to make a donation. People have been asking me to put it in, and so it is down there in the links below. But the books, everything my wife and I have written and done so far, all in the link tree down below. But welcome, everybody. Welcome. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock Eastern time, myself and Miss Bridget from Eyes of the Dragonfly. I keep saying I'm going to start calling her Madam Bridget, but that doesn't sound right. Miss Bridget from Eyes of the Dragonfly. We're going to be on, and we're going to be specifically doing readings, but talking about pendulums, how to use them in readings, how to use them in conjunction with tarot cards, different things like that. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. So, with all that being said, that gets us started for tonight. Glad everybody's coming in. It is a Friday night. If you want more of an in-depth reading, my wife posted the link. Copy it, paste it into your browser, come in, but then close YouTube so I can hear you. When we're done, you leave the studio, you pop back into YouTube, you pick up where you left off. And I will do more of an in-depth reading. But Andrew, let's get started right now. Welcome. We are the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe, Andrew. One of the things we're here for is we believe in getting barefoot. We believe in getting grounded. We want you to get grounded. I don't care if you're in an apartment complex in the middle of the city of New York. Get your feet on the floor at some point. Feel the trusses, the girders, everything going deep into the earth, and let that power flow from deep within. From up above, bring it down, get grounded, because what we're trying to do here is help people reclaim their magic. When you reclaim your magic, once you realize we had magic as children, but we allowed the world to beat it out of us, all right, or to trick us into thinking this is our reality. You have a reality that's set around you, all right? We lost our wings. I say bangarang because it's from the movie Hook. Watch it, and you'll see where it comes from and why I believe in it. What you put out, you get back. So if you can reclaim your magic, you can find your wings and you can fly. So, Andrew, that's one of the things, and I see some other people coming in. That's why I say bangarang, and that's why we call ourselves the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe. If you want to help me, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button and share. Andrew, I saw you're a new subscriber. Thank you very much. But Andrew, here we go. I'm going to start shuffling the cards here, and then I'm going to bring this up. I do things a little different. Let's go here. All right. May I get a reading on what's ahead for me? Andrew wants to know what's ahead. And you know what? One of the things I wanted to do when I was setting up for tonight, we talked about it's the 4th of July. It's the very beginning of July. And we can talk about, if anybody wants to, what's up in their July that's coming up. It's going to be an important month for people, especially those that are trying to manifest or want to manifest something into their life. So, but Andrew, all right, I'm going to take a second, get a sip of my coffee, get settled in here. And I'm going to start with you. All right, Andrew, may I get a reading on what's ahead for me? So, Andrew, the first card we have out of the gate is the 3 of Cups. Man, we're talking about celebration, people close to you, heartfelt warmth party. This is great. I see things being fulfilled and some things are coming through. I think you've done a lot of work on something, and this is all starting to pay off. And there's going to be a type of celebration, but it's a joyful celebration, and it's going to involve people that are very close to you. All right. We have the Knight of Cups. So this is all about, you have some wonderful things coming for you. The Knight of Cups is here to say, stay focused. It's the emotions. Okay. Happiness, things are coming to you in the nature of your question. All right. May I get a reading on what's ahead for me? It's going to be a very emotional month. Things are going to happen for you, and there are going to be things. Somebody's going to come into your life to help make these things happen. They're going to help you. They're going to come in and make things. They're just going to add that cherry on top to your life. So when you think you're down, just wait. Spirit is sending somebody to help you. And this is where we go. You know what? From there, you're going to get all new ideas. New things are coming, new, fresh. Be prepared for it. So, buddy, get grounded. All right. Let go. Think of a new way of thinking things. New visions are going to come, new ideas, new possibilities. The whole world is fixing to open up for you, and you're fixing to see everything from a whole different angle. Wow. Bangarang. That's amazing. All right. Wow. What a strong way to kick off the evening. Woo! Good job. Good job. All right. Putting the cards back in the deck. I mix them all up before I do, so I don't wind up double shuffling or something like that. Cards sticking together. So let's see what's happening. So, Andrew, thank you very much. Glad you're here. Welcome aboard, brother. We are here on Monday evenings, 8:30. All right. Pop in, say hi. I'm doing readings on Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Friday evenings. So we're doing that. I'm adding some things. Y'all may have seen, if you haven't, check out the shorts. I had something come to me yesterday. And I put a thing out for all my water signs and another one out for all of my fire signs. Was a message that I got, very important. So check that out. Remember, too, this is a podcast. You can find it on Podbean, iHeartRadio, everything else. So if you're wanting to listen in or you missed something on the live, you can come back. You can check it out that way. But always come back to the channel, hit that play button, and you'll be able to find it out. And I'm setting things up where you can find them by the week that you want to hear. So that's why the playlists are set up that way. So here we go. All right, Maria, it is good to see you back. May I ask how many kids you see me having in the future? Okay. You know what? I haven't gotten asked that one a whole lot. We're going to go to the pendulum. All right. Pendulum spirit, will you work with me through this pendulum today? It is a yes. Okay. I'm getting the number 3 in my head. I don't know if that's what's coming or whatnot. Maria wants to know how many children she's going to have in the future. Is it just and only one child? No. Is it 2 children? We're getting close. It's starting to circle. So there'll be some things happening around this second child. Finally, is she going to have 3 children? All right. So I get a yes. It's a very slow yes. All right. So what I'm getting from that, Maria, is we had a very solid 1 right out of the gate. On 2, it was yes, but it was spinning. So it may be something to do with a relationship, or something else that may be going on around that. 3 was questionable. I get the number 3 in my head when I first concentrated on it, but that's what we've got, what Spirit is saying around it. So I know we're definitely seeing 1 in the future. All right. Possibly 2, and even possibly a 3rd child. That's what I'm seeing. What do you need to know? Let's ask for some quick cards on that, because that's very interesting. I love that question. It's a great question. All right. Let's find out what's going on here. Okay. So, what we got to get this problem solved in your love life. You got to find the right person to be committed. You can't have this going on until you get this commitment and you find the right person in your life. Don't just go willy-nilly and having a child. But you've got to meet somebody new. This new person's coming in. They're going to sweep you off your feet, but their commitment is going to be true. Look at here, right out of the gate. Woo! Celebration, party, seeing what's happening, happiness and joy abounding. And look, it's the number 3. So that's really cool. What I'm really seeing here, though, is you got to get rid of this one situation that we know you're dealing with. Okay, be careful. All right, if you hurry this along too much, you're going to feel stabbed in the back. But at the same point, it's time for a situation to end and something new to come into your life. All right, and this is mentally. Mentally, you got to let something go and bring in something new. This is a powerful reading, Maria. This is about you standing forth and okay, I dreamed about 3. Great. That's awesome. But this is it. Stand strong. It's time to stand strong. Find your friends. They got your back. Okay. Let this other situation die, go, done. Okay. And then a new love can come into your life. It's going to be there and things will happen for you in that manner. You're going to be a good mom. Okay. Just make sure you're in the right situation in the right place. All right. Wow. Bang. All right. There we go. Okay. So next up, I see Samantha. All right. I will be traveling just 1 day this year. I would like to know if I will be happening something interesting or positive. Thank you. Okay. I'll be traveling 1 day, just 1 day this year. I would like to know if I'll be happening something interesting or positive. Thank you. You know what? Here's what I want to say, and that's a great question. But this has been on me for a day, and I don't know what it is. My wife didn't even know this. I wanted to come on and go live last night just to tell people life is good. Things are happening. Your choices are what we make. If bad things are happening, we're either to learn a lesson or it's time for us to do some shifting and looking. But that's what we are here for. Life. We are to live life. We are to love life. If you remember in my prayer, Spirit, God, the Mother, the Father, everything that we call the all right, has given you all the resources that are out there. Maybe you don't see them. Maybe we got to talk to somebody. Maybe we'll see this happen. So what I want you to start doing is before this travel, set up and start manifesting something wonderful and interesting that you want to happen. What's going to know? But when manifesting requires more than just going, I'm reminded of the, the Progressive Insurance commercial when the guy found this beautiful place and all of a sudden everybody floods in and the next chick's up's like, oh, I'm just here manifesting happiness and joy. No, you're there talking on the phone. Manifesting requires action. So what are you going to do? Are you setting this up? Are you looking for things to do in the place that you're going? Look for something to happen. But what I want you to start doing is speaking it. I want something positive. I want something great. I want it to come from Spirit. And then what I want you to start seeing it is I want you to start thinking about this trip as if it already happened. And in that case, then you start seeing what beautiful thing happens, what's going on, and you start speaking that into existence. That takes some practice, so you got to get to work on it. But here we go. Let's find out. That's a great question. All right. Let's find out. May I ask about where to go? Where to go? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Something interesting or positive. Thank you. All right. Here we go. For Samantha, we have the Emperor. All right. Samantha, I don't know if you're married, in a relationship, whatnot, or things like that. You might have been looking. You might actually meet a very strong, might be even a little older gentleman that might actually step forward and show you how to take control. They're going to present. Let's take a look and see what's going on. But it's up for you to take charge of your life. This doesn't mean anything. Could be an older man that's wise, wisdom, and speaks to you in a way that allows you to understand something or different. But this person's going to make a lasting impression in your life. Going to be talking about putting down some things that are harmful to your spirit, to your health, to your well-being. You're carrying around too much crap. And this is what's going on. It's time for that to end. And what I'm seeing is this person is actually going to be speaking to you. You're going to say something in a way that you can actually hear it, and you're finally going to be able to lay down some burden. And on this trip, on this day, you're going to see things from a complete different and be able to start over. You know what? We have the moon. There are some things that are going to happen. You're going to have to use your intuition. This is truly the intuition card. All right. When you're on this trip, the moon is going to shine. It's going to try to highlight some things for you in a dark time, meaning you might be like bored, whatnot. But what I want you to do is not succumb. I know this, having traveled a lot for business, for different things or whatnot. It becomes very easy if you're traveling to just go, you know what? I want to be home. It's one day. I'm going to whatever assignment I have to do, go back to the hotel and stay. What I want you to do is not let that darkness overburden you. It's time to let that come in, okay? And step out and take that plunge. Spirit can't show you everything. You've got to do some walking, and there's going to be some things you have to do to be able to find this gentleman, find what you're looking for. There's some unknown things be coming to you, and this is going to open up a whole new world for you. I am seeing one other card. There's going to be something about making a decision. Make sure you don't let fear keep you from moving out. I think that's where I was going and what Spirit's laying on my heart about. You can lock yourself in a hotel room or you can get out and enjoy the world. Okay? Go enjoy the world. See what's out there, and the world and Spirit and universe, God, will bring you great things, and they will show you what you're looking for. Wow. Banger. You know, a lot of times when I see the Emperor, it's like, take control. Take control. This is somebody that's going to be very knowledgeable for you. But at the same point, this could be your inner masculine self saying, it is time to take control. And that's what I have. Wow, bangerang. Frida, welcome. I'm glad you were here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, we got a lot of people coming in. Thank you. Everybody, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you can, share this for me. I had fun doing those reels that are in the there. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok now. And I am on Facebook doing different things or whatnot. So you can find me on about every format. So look for it, things like that. There's going to be more of these coming. And my shorts, they're about me doing a quick reading. Spirit, what do you got to tell me for who? And that's it. So check those out. It's going to be really cool. But Frida, I'm contemplating a life-changing move. What does Spirit say about my family relationship? That's a great question, Frida. All right, I take a cold drink a lot of times when I need to clear my head, see what's going on, shift gears. All right, Frida. Spirit. Frida wants to know, she's contemplating a life-changing move. What does the Spirit say about my family? What I'm getting right now is caution. Whatever this is you're planning has to be done correctly. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's got to be done correctly, and it's nothing to rush into. So here we go. That's what Spirit's putting on me right now. Okay, here we go. You know, Ace of Wands. Oh, let me get the camera on so you can see it. the Ace of Wands. This is talking about starting over, starting something new where you feel that fire burning, you feel everything going. This is in the will. This is fire. And what I want you to think about is like a spirituality thing. It's about what you want to do. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's life. It's that dead center, the fire that you're moving on or whatnot. Problem is, a lot of times most people lose the fire. Sometimes in order to get it back, we make bad decisions. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right. There's hope. We're asking about the relationship of your family. What I'm really picking up right now, we have the 1 and we have the 17. 1, so we got a 1 and then we got a 1 and the 17. Those two ones are talking about new beginnings. The 7 is talking about planning, looking, finding out what's going on. When we look at 17, though, it comes up to an 8. 8 is about using that knowledge. What have you learned? Where do you know? You have to make sure that the devil is in the details, that you're looking and you're covering your bases. But the star is about healing. I'm feeling like you need to do this for your own personal healing, that's what's going on. I'm just really being told to tell you to be careful, move slow, consider other people, but there are sometimes it has to happen. What I want you to do is start looking up. Instead of getting anxious and we look down and our vision goes in and we can only see, out of a peripheral this way. Once we open up and we look up at the evening stars, the skies become vast. Possibilities open. Be open to hear. Talk to Spirit. Spirit will guide you if you'll be quiet and let him. And there is the 7 that I was talking about. So what I want you to see is it's time to be quiet. Listen to Spirit. Spirit will guide you. When you're discussing this with family, when you're looking at your friends, there's some healing that needs to be done. All right. And this very well could be the catalyst for that healing. This could be a healing move. What I'm getting is the Knight of Wands. So we're right back to those wands. All right. And again, everybody, for more in-depth reading, you can reach out to me. The link is down below. And I'll be glad to go into more detail with people or things like that. Or on a Friday night, click that link that Gillian posted, and you can come on camera and we'll go into more detail. All right. Now, the Knight of Wands. What I want you to remember here, and this is coming across very important to me, okay? Spirit's laying this on me. Cynthia, you said at the beginning, somebody's going to get something powerful. This very well could be one of those if the others haven't been powerful already. All right. The Knight is about moving forward. This night's about moving forward. Wands, moving forward on this new passion, this new thing, staying focused. But when we look at this Knight in this deck, the Lost Tarot, if anybody wants to look it up, okay. His page is stating there. People are here. Other people are cheering them on. People they don't even know in the stands. But you do have to remember at the beginning of this journey, you might need help from those around you. Don't forget, the pages will help you up on the horse. They're going to hand you your banner. They're going to go. But then eventually so the beginning of this journey, think about a knight, anything you've watched them with all this armor, everything else. Sometimes they used to use a hoist to get them up on the horse. Think about that. Are we anchored too high? Are we too afraid to move? I talk about this all the time. I want you to move. Let the people help you move. If people are saying that you trust that this is time to go, yes. But once they slap the ass of that horse, you're on it and you put the spurs to it and you start going, I want you to understand now the battle is yours. It's over to you. That feeling of riding a horse that's running at full pace, that exhilaration, knowing that you're going to meet a challenge head on. Wow, what a feeling. This is very well could be healing. I want you to understand. I do see moving on. I do see doing it the right way. I do see healing needing to be involved. And I see that you're going to be supported in this. That's what I'm getting. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. Love to hear what's going on. Everybody, you can reach me by email, tarotwithanAttitude@gmail.com. All right. And keep us posted, things like that. If you need anything, let me know. Find out what's going on. If you want me to pray for you when you come in, if you want to, if you say, hey, I'm doing this and I really would like a prayer for guidance or whatnot, tell me. We'll say a prayer for you right here and find out what's going on. Okay. Here we go. Juliana Santos. I'm going to mess up the last name. Ferreira. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful anyways. Juliana, I just want to ask for advice about how to deal with my strict and controlling parents. I'm feeling so stuck in life, and they act in ways to make me more dependent on them. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to ask for Spirit to come through. I'm going to give you, a lot of you don't understand, I have a very large, my dad was a Baptist preacher. You think any of this went over real well? Not at all. Okay. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. And what I'm picking up is the anger that's building. And I don't want you to get to where I got with that anger. All right. So what are you doing to free yourself from this situation? All right. We do have to remember it's very true. Honor your father and your mother, for there are things they're doing, they want to do that's for the best of you, but we have to find our own path sometimes. And I've talked in this channel a lot about parents allowing their children to make mistakes. All right. And we don't want to go through it. We don't want to see it. Are you still living with them? You don't have to answer. But if you are, what are you doing to step out and be on your own? Are you putting money away for rent? Are you setting some things up? What are you doing? Are you being controlled by purse strings? This is one of those things. So let's find out. She's feeling stuck. She wants to know how to handle this situation. And it's a very, very good question and a very viable situation that you're in, because I know they don't mean you harm, but I'm working on a thing about breaking free of religion that you didn't choose. You were born into different thoughts, things like that. That's what this channel is about, is being able to wake up and free think. If you are staying in their house, there is an amount of respect that needs to be kept. All right. Period. I don't know how old you are. All right. I'm going to assume you are 18 or older. If you're 16, knuckle down, sit down, deal with it until you can afford to be out on your own and then go. One of the things I remind young people of all the time, if you're 20, let's say you're 20, you might even be older than that. Okay. If you're 30, when we were 30 and we thought we knew a lot, did you think the same thoughts that you thought at 20? And most people go, well, no. But if you go back and talk to your 20-year-old self, did your 20-year-old self think they had all the answers? We all go through that. Yes, we do. When you're 20, all right, and now you think you've got all the answers, are you thinking the same exact way you did when you were 16? No, you're not. Okay. Because that's growth. That's what we do. We grow. All right. Your brain doesn't even stop growing scientifically until 25. That's a literal biological fact. Okay. So, what you want to be careful of, these are parents. They're caring for you. I'm assuming they're caring for you, but they're just doing it in a controlling kind of environment. So, I don't know your age. All right. Do we need to stop, turn around, and listen? All right. And then accept or reject what's going on. But while you're in their house, yes. But you are not a tree. Are you putting money aside? Are you doing anything you need to do every time you say, parents, are you going to pay for this? Are you paying for my school or whatnot? Are you going out and trying to get student loans, contacting the financial aid department at school, things like this for your FAFSA, where you can say, yeah, I don't want these loans, but it's time to start weighing out, do I want to be independent or do I want my parents paying for everything? So here we go. Let's bring this up and we're going to let Spirit talk, all right, and make sure. Now, Spirit's channeling this real heavy with me. That's not me just babbling, I promise. Okay. But here we go. All right. Going to cut the deck and let's see what we've got. 6 of coins. Think about this in the real world. Who's giving? Who's receiving? Is someone asking, or are they making you take something involuntarily? This is the whole thing about remembering at some point it's time to give back. Is there a point in this situation of relationship, and this has to do with money, it has to do with your residence, your home, different things, where an amount of respect is owed, okay? But it doesn't mean duty bound forever. Trust me. And breaking that bond, I did not break that bond until I was 50. All right. And I was so angry most of my life. All right. Wow. Okay. One of the things we have here is see, remember I was telling you, what are you doing to get started? There are resources out there to you that you have. I don't even know that you're aware of. Maybe this conversation is going to help you go start looking and say, oh, what can I do? Where can I go? It's a rough when we're trying to break free and you want to be independent, then you've got to be independent and go look at the resources that are available to you to be able to separate that bond, okay? And break it where you're not reliant on a handout. They might be trying to keep you in that situation, wouldn't be unheard of. They're not doing it in a, you know what? They're trying to control you to keep you from getting hurt. They're not trying to control you to be their puppet. They're not trying to control you to be, they want you to make their decisions. All right. They want you to live like them. And sometimes, unfortunately, we as parents, we want to keep our kids from making the mistakes we made because we don't want them to hurt like we do. You have resources that are available and you need to look for them and find out what's going on. Spirit will make them available to you. We have, here we go, the death card, 13. I don't break this card down. 13 is a standalone number. Sometimes when you heal and you've left the Band-Aid on too long, especially if you got hair, okay, understand, we got to rip the Band-Aid off and it hurts. All right? It hurts. But once you rip the Band-Aid off, fresh air, clean things can come in and this wound can actually heal to its fullest potential. The death card here is talking about you're going to have to let some things go in order to bring some new things in. So if you keep tied to this, tying to these, all of this with the money, with the finances, you don't start saying no, okay, and reaching out and doing things of your own, this is going to be hard to do. So it's time to let some of that go so you can allow a new life, new things to come in. Time to make a decision, okay? And by not making the decision, my wife has this beautiful saying, and I'm going to butcher it, but by not making a decision, you're making a decision to do nothing. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. One of the things I might suggest, the King of Swords, you're going to have to get into your head and get the emotion out of it to deal with this. You're going to have to look at this logically. You're going to have to analyze it, things like that. And what I was told right off the gate, you might have to sit down and have an actual intellectual, not a yelling match, not an emotional thing, conversation with your father. Dad, I need to be independent. I need to start living my own life. All right. Can you help me do that while I'm trying to do this? Okay. Or whatnot. These are different things. But this king ideal is either your father or it's you getting to terms and getting your mind wrapped around this and go, wait a minute. You think you're the first person to ever go through this? Oh, hell no. Okay. So you have to stand up, think, and say, okay, when I want to be independent and I want to be me, I want you to sit down and write down what that actually means. Okay. To be independent. Sometimes independency can be scary as hell. Okay. Boom. Bang right. All right. Let me know what's going on and we'll find out. God love you. Man, we got some great questions tonight. I love this. Everything's lining up. I appreciate it. Wow. What a 4th of July. Is everybody safe? Everybody got their puppies and their kittens all around them so they're protected and feel safe and secure. I know some of our best friends like Bruce and Bridget, they don't go anywhere on this or New Year's Eve. They stay there so their pets know they're loved and they are protected. So that's amazing. Andrea 54 Hector, where is my daughter's and I living situation going? We're trying to stay positive about living in this room in the garage with her godparents, but it's so toxic here. Okay. So here's what we're going to do right now. Andrea 54. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, I'm bringing in energy. I want Michael and I want Ariel and I want Raphael to rush to this woman's side. They're trapped. I know this feeling. You feel like you can't do anything or whatnot, and you're obligated and you feel so burdened. Release this. Show her what needs to be done, where this needs to go. I need comfort to come. I don't want the anger to set in on these children. I want it to all come through and let them look up. One of the things I'm being told right now is look up. That healing card. Pray, ask, go to God. Listen, okay? But then check what's going on around you. Are you doing everything you can do to get out of this situation? And what just hit me is sometimes we have to sit and be in what we're in right now to allow spirit and to allow the universe to be able to turn things around for you. And trust me, then when you're out, you appreciate what you have so much more. So understand where you're coming from. So mote it be. All right, here we go. But Andrea 54 Hector, let's find out what's going on. Man, it breaks my heart. Know that feeling of being trapped, not knowing what to do. I've been trapped in relationships, and then you get trapped with mom and dad or the people you feel like you're living your life for somebody else and doing other things. And it's like, please, God, give me my life back. And finally, you have to break free. But one of the things you have to do is you have to start doing for you. Going to a church you enjoy. You don't have to go to their church. I don't even know if that's part of it or whatnot. Doing things you enjoy, coming out, coming in, and not being accountable. Okay. So this is going to be one of those things. Let's see what's going. Where is this going? She needs some advice. Where is this going? And what does she need to do? So boom, right here, right now. All right. This is a commitment. Where's your commitment to? All right. We have the lovers here. All right. I don't know what's going on. I feel like a guy may be playing a part in this. Did somebody abandon you? Is this what happened? And now you're stuck. All right. This is it. Remember, the godparents. There's something with communication there. I'm not getting it. Spirit, help me, help it come through. All right. This is about what, you know what I just got? Don't marry somebody to get out of this situation. If that's coming up, do not do it. That's not what we're there for. That's not what anybody's there for. That is not a secure relationship. And I'm feeling like maybe somebody's pushing you to do that. You know, we have the 3 of Wands. This is talking about be patient. All right. They're letting you stay in a room. I don't know if they could do better or worse or whatnot. Only you know the situation. Are your kids safe? Are you close? Are you being fed? Things like this. Do you need to go find a job to bring in your own stuff? What I'm being told here, very importantly, your ship is coming in. This very well could be somebody that's coming in to save you, a knight in shining armor that's going to take you away from all this. But what I'm seeing here is be patient. Allow things to happen, allow things to come in, and you'll be able to leave without hurting or doing anything. The 9 of coins. This is, you know what? I do. I feel like maybe somebody's going to come in that's going to change this whole thing for you, but it's going to be whole. It's not about just the money, it's about anything else. There's going to be a connection here. Be patient because the 9 of coins is here to talk about manifesting. I want you to see this, talk to spirit about it. I don't know if you heard me talking to somebody else about manifesting and what you need to do. It's going to be very important that you start speaking your future into being, knowing what you want to do, where you want to go, and how this is going to happen. Most importantly, you have to remain strong and let your children see, hey, there are still things we have to be grateful for. We're not in the street. We're not in a shelter. We've got this. Yes, it's irritating. You and I both know that. But what I want you to do right now is look for things that you can be grateful for. Let the children see you being grateful for what it is and saying your prayers, talking to spirit, and knowing that things are coming. Patience is where you're at right now. And then finally, the 9 of coins, this is all going to be better. You're going to be able to come out of this. You're going to be stronger for it, and things will happen. You know, sometimes what is hard for people to understand is you're like, well, why can't spirit just, we chose to be, in my personal philosophy, we chose to be here. For why? I don't know. Okay. I don't remember. But a lot of times it's to learn something. In other philosophies, in other cultures, we're back to learn a lesson. That very well could be. All right. But we're here. All right. So what are you going to take with you? And a lot of times, if spirit stepped in and just started fixing everything, what is happiness? What is joy? The reason we have happiness and joy is because we have something bad to compare it to. All right. If we don't have that, then I don't know what's going on. Okay. Be patient. It's coming. Talk to spirit. Talk to the goddess, the God of your choice, your consciousness, the inner you, whatever you believe to be that is connecting. If it's angels, spirit guides, or whatnot, and it can be all. You'll hear me referred to God as a good friend of mine, Hills Pugh said, is the all. It's everything. It's that feeling between you and me right now. Okay. Put your faith, talk, breathe, start giving thanks for what you have. Start speaking your new future into existence. But Spirit is telling you right now, be patient. Hang in there, baby. Friday's coming. That's very, very important. Okay. Wow. Background. Okay. Man, a lot of good readings tonight. Things are happening. Things are going. Bake 215. Glad you are here. All right. All right. Now, here's what I do, Bake. I know I'm a little different. You will find somebody to answer this question directly for you. Okay. And you don't have to answer this in the chat. Number one, how do you know she's your twin flame? All right. Think about it. Stop. All right. Because twin flames, a lot of times, are not meant to be together until lessons have been learned, or you're split apart, souls, things like that. This was my soul. We fall madly in love with somebody and we think, oh, this is my twin flame. And then we find out why we decided at the birth of this life to separate and go our different paths, because there's a portion of your soul that needs to learn one thing and another portion of your soul that needs to know another. So I want you to step aside and really start doing some examining about, do you really know if this is your twin flame? If this was your twin flame, you would have no question about how she feels about you. You can't wish her to be your twin flame. That's not how it works. Okay. Now, the other thing I won't do is I will not read her. Okay. It'd be kind of like eavesdropping on somebody's thoughts and saying, okay, and then I tell you, you tell me a secret, and then I'm over here telling Leah. That's not what we're going to do. Okay. I just don't do that. But we are going to do a reading. What do you need to know about a relationship and one with Leah? And what you need to know to begin with, all right, is ask her how she feels about you. Oh my God, communication, not swiping left, not texting, not doing anything, having an open heart-to-heart communication. If there's a third party involved, you need to step aside and let all of that fix itself before you even approach this situation. And I just got that very heavy, so I don't know. So let's find out, what does Bake 215 need to know about being in a relationship with Leah? And here we go. Let's find out. Bake is in love. He feels this girl is his twin flame. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do this. Seriously, I see you there. You're up next. So hang in there, baby. Okay. Let's find out what's going on. We're going to do this. I'm going to bring out an amethyst. All right. Let's go back here. Bake 215 feels like Leah is his twin flame. Is Leah his twin flame? No. Spirit is saying she is not. I know you want her to be, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Tarot with an attitude. I'm going to tell you what's going on. Twin flame thing is more of a human brought up thing, okay? And people built a philosophy and a belief around it, all right? There are times I know people that have met their soulmate, but they did not meet until later in life, until they had learned different lessons. And once they come together, they are just power couples. They're amazing, okay? Many people know of Jay and April in my life. These are some of my best friends, things like that. You need to understand, twin flames, all right? I don't agree with everything they do. They don't agree with everything I do, okay? Do they argue? Yes, but they're very short, very sweet. Sometimes they're very pungent, okay? Arguments, but they're over in seconds, okay? Because they know they're supposed to be together and they know when somebody steps out of their lane. That type of relationship is what we all seek. All right. And you're told because you fall in love with somebody and deeply that this person makes you very happy that they're going to be your twin flame. Bake, make sure what you're not feeling is codependency, that I need this person to make me happy, because your twin flame will not make you need them to make you happy. Think about that for a minute. You need to be happy within yourself. I preach this, man, almost every session. I know some of the tribe that are here all the time, they might get tired of me hearing it, but people need to hear. You cannot bring true love, true flame, a twin flame, a soulmate into your life if you're not in love with yourself or happy. All right. So what does Bake 215 need to know about a relationship, all right, with Leah? So let's ask the question. All right, here we go. So what does Bake 215 need to know about being in a relationship with Leah? You know, one of the things is stop trying to be her knight in shining armor. And one of the things I'm getting is it's time to walk away. You want to find out what she really feels about you, okay? Don't be angry. Don't do anything. Stop giving her that time. You have a life. You have things. Start tending to your own stuff and waiting in and turn your back on it. Then, if it means anything, she'll let you know. You need to have a communication, though, and say, I want to know. Here's where we feel. What's going on? How do you feel about me? Sometimes we don't ask the question because we don't want to hear the truth. I'm telling you right now, Spirit is saying, love is there. You got to take an action, but I think you're looking in the wrong spot for it. All right. You know, yeah, the 10 of coins is here. You can achieve something beautiful. It's out there for you, but this situation is time to come to an end and for you to find this person you're looking for that is going to be that true one and only person in your life. This situation is not serving you, and it's time to kind of let it go. The 10 is talking about something coming to an end and bringing that to an end and being out there. You know what? The strength card, fortitude. It's hard to walk away from someone you love, whether it be a romantic love, a heartfelt, you have agape love, but they only have eros love for you, meaning you're on two complete different levels. You can feel like this person is the light and love of your life. Everything evolves around them, but if it's not being returned, remember, fire needs fuel and oxygen to burn. There's two parts here. Fire can't burn on its own. It takes fortitude to step up and go, I got to step away. Okay. This is it. But you don't have to do it in an angry manner. So that's what I'm telling you about this relationship, or that's what Spirit's saying. That's what I have. So I'd love to hear more from you and find out what's going on. Okay. So everybody, wow. What a night. Big things happening, things going on. Happy 4th of July. Taking a minute. I see we have some new people coming in. Hold on. I'll be right with you. I'm just giving the old mind a break and seeing what's going on. All right. Yeah, seriously is next. Then I see Makaya and Priya. Hey, Priya. Glad you're here. Haven't talked to you in a while. Good to see you. All right, here we go. Seriously, 822. All right, everybody, remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. There is now a donate button down below in the link. You do not have to donate. It's there. Give from your heart, do whatever, but it's not required for reading, but I do want to make everybody aware that it's there. I feel funny about this, but other people, viewers, and things like that in our tribe have said, please put it in there. We need it. Okay. And several of you have already reached out, and it's everything you've done is appreciated. All right. So thank you very much. If we choose our lives ahead of time, do we choose entities, curses, and blessings? That's a fantastic question. I am going to all right. In channeling spirit, what I'm seeing is no, we do not. Thus, that's why we're born into this life with different memories or no memories of the past life. We have to really search. We have to find out. We get glimpses and things like that. But this is where, seriously, that your intuition, that gut tingly thing, when you're dealing with religious matters, spiritual matters, okay, moral matters, ethics, start tingling. All right. You're in a religion, or you're in a place of worship, or you're doing something, you're hearing something, and you're like, this sounds good, but there's something tingling that's saying this isn't quite right. Okay. That's the reason I'm an omniist, because I don't believe any one religion is completely 100% correct. I can find something to take away from every religion. Now, it doesn't mean, like I said, every religion is correct. All right. So we do not choose these because, again, we're meant to learn something and experience something from a different level. So we take that when we ascend, when we die, when we pass, however you want to say it. Okay. We take that lesson with us when we return back to God's source, whatever that may be. Okay. We can understand, all right, that there is one, the all. We can actually feel that there are multiple entities or godlike images, okay, that are out there. You know, read the first chapter of Genesis. It's a lot of things the Catholics and all the Protestants and Baptists and everybody else, they don't want to admit. In that first thing, man was made in the presence of our image. The next chapter talks about a different God. All right. Because in his image. So the very Bible talks about the differences of what's going on, different things. We don't understand all of it. And you got to remember, we found more Dead Sea Scrolls. So what does that happens now? They were all written in the same time frame and should have been in the Bible, but we're only putting them together as we found them, and somebody put them all together and formed a religion. All right. So when you say you choose your life ahead of time, we have chosen to come back at this time. We're not sure why, but I think it can get pre-programmed into, because I don't believe in predestination. All right. That we get put in enough positions that we learn a lesson. If you were in last life, trying to repeat and keep repeating and putting ourselves in different situations, it's kind of like rewording the question. Okay. You ask somebody a question, I know you've been there. All right. And they don't get it. They don't understand it. So you reword it. You come up with another example, don't get it. And finally, you explain it in a way where they go, aha, I got it. That's where we're at. Okay. I do not believe we choose curses. Or pre-programmed curses or blessings. Life is here to be made of it. Now, I do believe that sometimes we choose to change stations in life, because if we were all allowed to choose, okay, and everything was done by choice in the way we think now, there would be no poverty. We would all be at least having a $1,000 a year job, or we'd all be farmers, whatever that deep rooted thing is that's in you. You see what I'm trying to say? Because we'd all be born into that life. So all of that other stuff, all the bad stuff we don't want to think about, that spirit we think is, oh my God, spirit's allowing this to happen. It happens. Also, to understand, you're asking me my opinion. This is my opinion. It is not fact. It is my opinion of what I believe, where I've been through different religions, world religions, things like this. What I believe is also all of these things are occurring, a timeline. They're all overlapping. Things are flipping in and out or whatnot. So it's which timeline do you come back to where you're at? Okay. And serve station. So I hope this answered your question, or I hope it didn't convolute it more. Okay. But I'm going to flip a couple of cards here real quick, and we're just going to look. I think it's a great question, seriously. And I love the way it was worded. That was great. Okay. You know, and maybe that's one of those things where we're trying to say, okay, I'm going to take this part of my spirit with me. So I want to be tested. All right. And we are tested, and we try to see how well we come through it. All right. So there's so many possibilities with spirit and with our lives and what we do and what we think. But I know this. I want you to think about how many people have overcome adversity, how many people have achieved, how many people have fallen from grace because they had so much money, they went bankruptcy. I don't know anything about it, haven't read anything about it, don't care about it. Sean Combs, P. Diddy, boom. You know, I don't know if he's guilty or not. I know what Jerry just said about 2 of the counts. All right. But I know this. I don't know anything else because I don't care. That's his life. He has to deal with it. It has nothing to do with me. But we see people fail and fall. All right. So maybe we needed to have it all. We needed to fall to find grace again. All right. And find out what's real and what's meant to be. Okay. Who knows? All right. So that's a great question. If anybody tells you they have an absolute answer, they're wrong. Okay. They're wrong. All they can do is preface this with, here's what they believe and how they see the world working. You know, you are to focus on what you want to do in your life, where you want to go. Your life is really more driven by you than anything else. You know, some of the people I was talking to earlier, when you are given a religion you didn't choose, you were born into it, and it was drummed into you. Dad, father, a Baptist preacher. Once I separated, it's a massive, I almost needed therapy because I'm doomed to go to hell. God doesn't like me anymore and anything else. That's not true. We take the knowledge that we have and I go in the direction that I need to go. And it's up to me of how I meet the obstacles. Notice this card doesn't show whatever obstacles we're going to come up on. But have you ever gone on some long trip that would be as long as your life and not come up on an obstacle, a detour? Absolutely, they're going to be there. But you continue on. You know what? Everything in life always changes. All right. Fortunes come, fortunes go. Knowledge comes, knowledge goes. We think. I was talking earlier about how our brain processes change throughout our life, the way we think. Very seldom do we hold the same ideals or principles that we had when we were in our 20s, when we're in our 40s, when we're in our 50s, and definitely when we're in our 60s. You start seeing, oh, now I see why that made sense. Because I'm watching this happen. And one of the things that's gone here is respect. All right. It takes a long time to see that. And sometimes that's what comes around and what happens. So understand the wheel of fortune is here. So you have to be focused on making your life go the way you want it to go. Life is meant to throw curveballs at you. It's going to change. Nothing stays the same. All right. I'm reminded of the movie Parenthood when the grandmother is teaching the grandson and the his wife a lesson. You know, my husband used to love to go on the roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. Some people love to go on the merry-go-round, round and around and around. Yeah, the roller coaster can make you sick, but where are you going to feel more exhilarated? Think about it. Finally, we have the three of coins. It's up to you to build the life you want to build. It's up to you to deal with this. We have the tools here in this real world, in the tangible world we are now. You can build and do whatever you want. All right. You've been given the resources. You have them. Sometimes we just can't see them. All right. So this is kind of going right along with exactly, thank you, Spirit, about what I was trying to say. You get to build your life. All right. And that's very, very important. Wow. Bangarang. All right. I might have got a little lost on that. I love the philosophical questions. Let's see what's going on. All right. I see Tanya just came in. I think after Tanya, Gillian, that might be it. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. So, wow. Woo, let me get something cold to drink. And we're going to go to Micaiah. Is it Micaiah? Just know with love. Welcome, Bangarang. We are the Barefoot Bangarang tribe. All right. So your question is what your spirit team or universe wants to let you know through here. Okay. Here's one of the things to understand. Everybody can do what I do. All right. Intuition, listening, or whatnot. You've got to come to a place in your life where you realize and you trust what's coming in. If you missed the front of the show, please go back, rewatch it. I say a prayer to God, the mother, the goddess, everybody. Okay. Because if we sit still a lot of times, and what I was just talking to seriously about or somebody else about, listening to that spirit and listening to our guides and listening to things, you will know the path to take. It's trusting in it rather than trusting what the world has told us we have to do. So, Micaiah, great question. I don't know if it's Micaiah. So if I'm mispronouncing it. It's not intentional. So I might say it both ways for a while, just to make sure. Okay. But what's the spirit team or universe? You know what? Spirit team and universe. Here's the way I want you to see it. Universe would be the all, cosmic, everything. All right. And it's giving you all of these resources. Everything is out there. Resources you don't even know you haven't seen, or whatnot. Your spirit team comes from that. So there will never be a true spirit team is never going to be in opposition to what your universe, cosmic, or the all is to you. So I would want you to start going, wait a minute. Okay. If your spirit team is trying to tell you something, the universe is trying to tell you something. I think that's very important. So here we go. We're going to pull these cards up, please. Kay wants to know what the spirit team. I'm seeing 3 people on your spirit team that are around you. I keep getting a flash of 2 males, 1 female. But I'm also picking up a 4th, like a grandmotherly, an older female that's there that may be from your past that is ascended. This is what I see going. So there's some turmoil and things going on in there. Not turmoil, but messages like the matronly figure that I'm seeing has certain message for you. Your spirit team has something different, but they're not in opposition to each other. Is that making sense? I hope it does. All right. Here we go, Micaiah. Let's see what's going on. Let's find out. Great question. I love these questions. Let's get the cards up on screen and boom, and here we go. So we're going to cut the deck. Let's find out what's happening and boom. 5 of Wands. All right. There is some drama going on in your life and they want you to stay the hell out of it. All right. Or you're in turmoil about something or whatnot. This has to do with something with communication. Holy crap. All right. It's something everybody's very passionate about or whatnot. Could it be politics? Get out of it. It doesn't matter. In the end of this, none of it's going to matter. Okay. It's not going to matter. This is what the spirit is trying to tell you. Stop with the turmoil. There's some type of turmoil going on and you need to step away from it. This drama. And it's all about being in your spirit world. It's all about being in your, is somebody trying to drag you down a path that you don't want to go down? Is that something and you're feeling strongly for it? Understand the Knight of Swords is here to say, stop. I want you to look at things from a less emotional standpoint, go to an actual analytical, conscious thing. But the biggest thing I'm getting on this is communicate clearly. All right. Whether you're being a part of this, whether you're being pulled or whatnot, I'm really feeling that sense of being pulled by 2 different factions. Boom. Stand alone. Love you both. All right. But no. And maybe it's time you walk your own path. Like I said before, when I was talking to seriously, understand maybe you can find out there's something this party's got right. There's something this party's got right. Don't focus on what they've got wrong. Okay. Nobody ever brings people together by going, you're wrong here. You're wrong here. It all sounds good. All right. But it doesn't solve anything. You know what? You're right. Here we go. But you're right. It's one of those things. However, I don't want to be in the middle of this anymore, and I'm not going to be. To do this requires clear communication. Stop putting me in the middle. I will not take it anymore. And it is time for you to stand tall and be mentally strong and mentally proud. Have that prowess about you. Okay. This is very, very important. You know what? Might be time to ask for some help. We have the 5 of Coins. It might be time to either be asking for help or giving help. I really see the 5 of Coins as asking for help. And maybe you need to find somebody that's a spiritual guide, mentor, or whatnot that will help you differentiate between all of these emotional feelings that you've got going now, because they're hard. One of the things I just got told, pen and paper. I need you to sit by yourself. It's almost going to be like automatic writing. Sit down, and as a thought comes, I don't care if you start writing, all of a sudden you see Mickey Mouse doing the backstroke in a cup of coffee. Mickey Mouse doing the backstroke, cup of coffee. The next thought that comes through, you keep writing. And what will happen, you'll start looking for communication, free-flowing, free thought, things like this. Writing that down. Communication is a huge, man, I'm getting clenched in the throat. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, this divine spirit. Wow. The feminine. There is a communication issue that's going on here, and we need to get this rectified. I'm asking for Raphael to either go himself or send a flock of angels to this person. I need Michael to come through to help them learn to communicate clearly, stand tall, and to be able to know the decisions they're making are the right decisions. Yes, I want you to understand, Micaiah, You might start feeling energies coming your way right now. You might literally, you might literally start. This is crazy. I want to release this. Something is attaching, something is trying to stifle me. I did not set a cone of protection around everybody here. That cone of protection is in place right now. Whatever is infiltrating between me and Micaiah, it must leave and leave us now. I demand it. Michael, Spirit, Father, God, come in, remove it. It is not allowed to be here. Be gone. Place a cone of protection around everybody in this chat room so that they can feel clear things that are happening. Micaiah, this was something that was attacking me because it didn't want you to hear what I have to say to you, what Spirit's having to say to you. Okay. So there is a fight going on. If you're getting all this tomorrow, I need you to start sitting down, meditating, talking to God, talking to Spirit, and saying, I realize there's a message I need to hear. You have to focus on finding this message, all right, and asking for help in getting it. This is very important. Thank you, Spirit. This is gone. You know, the hanged man. You have to stop what you're doing right now and look at everything from a complete different perspective. If you do this, things will come into focus and you'll know which way to go. It's very, very important. Temperance, balance. You can't be fighting all the time between everything. Find your center, okay? Go calm, walk soft, carry a big stick, and then finally, there is a message here. Use your intuition, listen. And if I can give you anything right now, what Spirit is trying to say, you need to start calming down, being quiet, and listening because Spirit is speaking to you. There are things unknown that you will not have the answers to, but they will help you find a way to see them. What is this thing that is tried to avoid you give this message? I don't know, but I know this. The minute I demanded Michael and the archangels and everybody, it's gone. It's gone. I still feel a little bit of it, but something did not want you to hear this message. It was causing me a problem. And normally at the beginning, I have been putting a cone of protection around, and it did not. Okay. And that's my fault, getting excited about being in the room. And I love talking to Spirit and reading cards. Okay. But it's gone now. And I asked for it to be removed from you. And I want to set protection around you. You keep this protection going. Okay. And around you, because that's what's going on. Something's going on to keep you from being able to hear. Michael's going to take care of it. You demand that your angel team takes care of it. Don't ask. Don't be polite. If there's something attacking me or trying to keep me from hearing the truth, I want it gone. If it's not of the light and of myself good, demand the angels come in, take it. That's what the angels are there for, are to protect you. All right. So I hope that this actually kind of rang through for you in this message. It made sense or whatnot. I'd love to talk to you more. If anybody needs more in-depth reading, you can go in down below into the links and get and we can actually do a session or whatnot. Wow, that was crazy. It took a lot for me to realize what was actually happening. I normally just feel that it's communication, but this was literally starting to choke me. That was crazy. Wow. But it shows you how much Spirit and God loves us. If we stop and remember, we're not doing this alone. Okay. So remember that. God, thank you. Spirit, thank you. Mother, thank you. Everything, thank you. I rebuke anything now. Not allowed in my house, not allowed anywhere else, not allowed to touch any of these people or anything. Go to where you came from and be gone now, immediately. Thank you. That's what I pray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So let's see what's going on now. Priya, wow. Priya, that's a hard act to follow, isn't it? What's coming next in connection with Sybil in the next 2 weeks? Sybil, okay. I don't know how to say that right, but we're going to do it. What do you want to happen? Priya, you know how I believe about relations and things like that. But let's find out. We're going to ask real quick and say, what's coming next? Where are we at? What should you do? What does Priya need to know about the relationship, okay, with Seaball, and is there something she needs to do? All right. What's coming next? What action should she take? All right, here we go. Boom. Quick cut. There we go. And let's get this party started. Knight of Coins. All right. So the knight is coming in. Again, a lot of people I feel like might be trying to interfere with this or whatnot. If there's a third party involved, let this whole thing go. All right. Let it go and let it rectify itself. All right. But between Seaball and you, there are people. I really feel like people are in Seaball's ear, trying to tell him what to do, where to go, what not, and needs to get a little bit of independence and free communication because it's ultimately up to him. But I feel like some things may be trying to hold him back. You know, just walking away. If he's unable to make a decision and unable to come forward and he's too trapped or strung down by everything else, you know, the Eight of Cups is here to say, let it go if it doesn't serve your higher good. If this relationship is not serving your higher good, if you're not finding joy and happiness, find the one thing you need and move on. That's very, very important. I don't see, you know, down the road, there's going to be celebration. There's going to be a party. All of this is going to happen. We have the Four of Wands. You'll be glad you did down the road. Okay. So see what's going on. Something's holding him back or something's holding you back. Either way, there needs to be some strong communication. Where are we at? What are we going on? What are we doing? All right. And what I feel like is something's going to separate this issue. Somebody's turning their back and walking away, whether it be you or him. But you're going to be sad at first, but down the road, the Four of Wands, your heart, your spirit, you're going to find out, oh, Spirit had something much better for me. And that's where you're going to go. All right. Wow. Bangarang. Let me know. You better keep me posted. We better start seeing you around again some more. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. Here we are. Finally. All right, Tanya. Here we are. What would my spirit guides like me to know right now? All right. Great question. Great question. What are the things they need you to know? I'm really picking up. They need more communication from you. All right. They need you to take some time in the morning to sit and listen. You don't have to meditate into astral projection and all that stuff, but be quiet. Get up 20 minutes early. All right. Take a shower, get ready, do everything you need to do, but build yourself 20 minutes to just do this. See, I got my coffee. I'm going to pour my coffee here a little bit. All right. I'm not worried about what time it is. I'm not worried about what's next on my agenda. I'm not worried about what's at work. Right now, I'm going to sit and just talk to my guides. Michael, it's not the angel, it's one of my guides. Michael, I have two others. I don't know their names. I used to know one of their names and it slipped my mind or whatnot, but some things have shifted. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. Help me understand and hear what you need me to hear. This is what they're asking you to do. This is a big thing. And then the thoughts that come through your head, start calming down so you can weed them out. And then you'll be able to hear. They're giving you messages. They need you to listen. Okay? Hold on. We're going to pull some cards. What does Tanya's spirit guides want them to know right now? I'm so glad everybody's here tonight. Just do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. But most importantly, share this with somebody else. We're going to be back on, again, tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Bridget and I are going to be together. Bridget from Eyes of the Dragonfly. And if you could be on, we're going to be talking about pendulums and how they work with tarot, how you can work with them by yourself, different things or whatnot. It's going to be fun. We have a great time. And Bridget is somebody that really works pendulums, has a very strong spiritual presence with pendulums. And I think you will enjoy what she's got to say. Okay. So we're going to be doing this together and it's going to be a good time. But here we go. All right. What would my spirit guides like me to know right now for Tanya. Here we go. Tanya, first card right out of the gate, King of Wands. Take charge of your future, what you want to build, where do you want to go? Your spirit. This is the spirit, that fire that's burning inside. You need to be in control. Time to make some decisions. All right. Where do you want to go in your life? And a lot of times we keep going through life going, well, I like to do this, I like to do this. But I feel like you might be in a hamster wheel job. That's what I call them, where it's doing this, but you need to be doing something else, or you haven't discovered exactly who you are yet. This is very important to find that masculine spirit within yourself. All right. Because somebody is trying to guide you. And this is where you need to come out and be strong and to listen. All right. We have the 7 of coins. Now, remember I said sit down and listen? Sit down, listen, and give thanks. The 7 of coins is about analyzing. The 8's about movement. The 6 is about victory. So what's in the difference? We just won a battle. Now we're at the 7. You know what? I get to stop. I get to enjoy the fruit of my labor, and I get to give thanks. But then I also get to take time to look at my life and world and listen and say, where am I going next? You need to start instilling some type of a practice in your life so you can get better communication. They're wanting to communicate with you. They are communicating with you. And some of this is learning how to turn off the outside noise. Now, one of the things I'm really getting that they want you to know is that this is your life. You can build it. The 3 of coins. You can do, if there's something you want to do, but you're like, I don't know how or whatnot. Yes, you can. You know, this is a great place to end the show tonight because, well, how did I start the show? Life is good. You've been given more resources than what you know what to do with. Some of them, you don't even know you have them. Every choice you make is a resource. And they're wanting you to start building the life that you want. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guides. I'm getting them. Wow. They want you to build the life you want and not the life everybody around you wants. I hope that makes sense. I hope that rings true. That's what I'm getting. Okay. That this is so very important that you stand up and understand, wait a minute. I have people I can be thankful for. I need to start taking charge of my own life moving forward, giving gratitude and starting to live a more spiritual life to the point where there's already some actions you have taken. All right. But it's time, if not, it's time to step forward and take some action and build the world around you that you want to build. The High Priestess, use your knowledge. You are smarter than you're giving yourself credit for. Some of the things you hear in your head are your guides trying to talk to you, but you think you're just being silly. Okay? It's not true. What I said at the beginning of the show or somewhere when I talk to somebody, anybody can do what I do. At some point, you have to say, all right, I'm connecting with spirit now. Please make sure your words are coming through and not mine, like I say at the beginning of every show. All right? And I have to trust that what I'm picking up from here is not me. It's the spirit. You're smart. You have knowledge. You need to use your intuition and put that to work. That's what they're wanting to say. That's what you're needing to know. All new way of thinking and communicating can be yours. This is the Ace of Swords. Time to start over. Stop thinking the way everybody's told you to think. Look outside the box. You can create this beautiful world, but you have to get your emotions out of it and start getting your mind into it on an analytical, conscious level. Communicating. You're going to be able to find a whole new way to communicate if you will stop when somebody's having a conversation. Listen before you speak. Not listen to them. Listen to what your guides are trying to tell you. That's very important. Wow, everybody's just like flying around. That's crazy. All right. Ultimately, the Queen of Coins is here. You need to take care of you. You have taken care of a lot of people and you're trying to make everybody happy. You can't. Only for little bits and pieces. When other people around you become happy, it's because you've learned to be happy. Take care of yourself. Look out for yourself. Invest in yourself. You have been given things, you've got things, different things are happening, but in this world, in this real world, it's time for you to take care of you and invest in time, energy, and effort in yourself. All right. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm seeing. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. Was this a crazy night or what? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I am glad you are here. Would love to see everybody back 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for our tarot and pendulums class and different things like that. We'll do some readings, but we're going to tie it all in and do more of a Miss Cynthia had asked for a class about pendulums and what you need to know and different things. We're going to have a good time. As y'all saw in the course in the show tonight, I use pendulums all the time. I believe in them and different things that are there. Remember, August 3rd, I will be at the Off Cabot Club in Beverly, Massachusetts, doing live in-person readings. There are VIP seats. I think there's still some VIP seats left. I'm not sure. After the show, I'm going to bring everybody back into the green room, and we are going to do a small group reading, things like that. You'll be able to meet with me personally and my wife, find out some different things that are going. It's going to be something. We will not. Last time I did this, it was great. We had a good time. We tried to broadcast it live. It will not be broadcasted live this time. All right. We will record it so everybody can come back and see it later. All right. So, trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. So, I don't know about in that. If there is, we'll find out and I'll be back tomorrow. So, guess what? Love to see you. But remember tonight, everybody, take what you want. Leave what you don't. But leave having experienced some type of peace, love, and light. Bangarang.